Okay, so let's talk about Who We Be Part 2. Now, this is directly into the survey, self-study survey. It was conducted by these folks here. It was led by Ed Kleinsmith. And my hat's off to that group. They worked very hard building the survey. And I will say that Larry Tonneson was a very important aspect of that. If you love the survey, I built it. If you hated the survey, Larry built it. But between myself, Larry, and Ed, we built the survey. And then obviously the other members there gathered the information and did all of the crunching and representation of that information. Sharon Padula and Don and Fran Van Pelt were probably key to the number crunching. And then the other members also built the ministry site profile. So the process here is we do a self-study, we develop the ministry site profile, which is informed by this survey, and then we hand that off to the Synod or to whoever else to say, hey, is there a pastor that lives up to these kind of requirements? But we had a study task group, and my hat's off to them. Thank you all. A lot of work. So we had 572 surveys mailed and 159 replies. Now, so this is the first time that some of you are seeing this, but every time somebody sees this for the first time, the first thing that jumps into most people's head is, well, is that significant? I mean, is that enough people? We have 579 that went out. We only got back 159. And oh, by the way, our numbers say that we have 750 baptized members. Where is everybody? I don't know. You tell me. But this is how I look at it. On any given day, I think we have an active core at Gloria Day of about 250 members, voting members. 250 to 300 core Gloria Day members. All of those other people are members. They have full rights and privileges as we do, but they choose not to participate. And so, who owns Gloria Day? We all do. They all do. But who has the vested interest? I think it's about 250 to 300 people. So when I looked at the survey results, I said, well, if I had a population of 250, that then would be very significant. And so that's how I've kind of looked at this, is don't get hung up on the 709 and the 572 sent out and we only got 159. If you look at who fills that church on any given Sunday, it's about 300 people. So that's Gloria Day. That's the core. That's how I look at it. And so if you look at it that way, we do have about a 90% confidence level with a plus or minus 4%, which is reasonable. So anyway, the respondents, age 88% were 36 years or older. The gender, you can see there, more females than males. And then in terms of membership, again, going back to, it wasn't transients. 75% of them have been here for 12 years or longer, which usually means people that have been here, the core group of people. Most of the transient community probably did not respond to this survey. And we are a transient community of faith. There's at least I think 25, possibly even 30, 40% of our community of faith come and go at an interval of about 3 to 4 or 5 years. So that to me was another indicator that substantiated my assessment of the survey. So that's the survey, that's what was sent out. And how many people, I should really embarrass folks, but I won't. How many people did reply to the survey? Okay, very good. I expected that, and that's who showed up to hear about the survey. I could have asked how many did not, but I will not do that. I know it was an onerous task. We built a lot of questions. We are not professional surveyors, so that's why we had a lot of fill in the blank or write-in boxes, because we knew we were 100% sure that we weren't going to get it 100% right. So we did a lot of write-ins and we got a lot of good comments on the write-ins. But I appreciate everyone who took the time to do that survey, because I know when I took the survey, even though I had developed it, I tried to take it with the eyes of someone in the congregation who hadn't seen it, and it was a good task. So I appreciate that. Okay?
Joe, just to mention, normal return on surveys in churches is 8 to 10%.
Yeah.
So this is significant.
This is 28% return rate. So, and that's why I say again, we got the answers from the people who really are involved and active in the Word today. So I feel very good about this particular survey. Okay, so let's. So what does the survey say? Let's look at that. Let's talk about it. Alright, so we're gonna talk about survey. Alright, so the survey asked folks to rank these. And so we're gonna rank them. So let me hear from folks. What do you think number 5 came out for? Number 5, what was number 5? Lay leadership? Lay leadership! I don't have any Cupid toys, but we're taking notes. We'll give you something afterwards. Alright, so what do you think was number 4? Come on, shout it out. The life of Christian learning, education? No, youth. Alright, what was number 3? What was that? Proactive, okay. White man worship, I heard proactive family support. It was actually education. And these were not close. These were like, very, very precise in terms of the prioritization. And then 2 is care, and 1 is worship. You would hope that 1 is worship. I mean, really, when you think about it, we're here. What did we come here first to do? To worship and to proclaim. And so, I think this is a fairly typical, if you will, representation. The middle part of it is all kind of squishy. But what you need to look at is what did we say first and what did we say last. We said worship is critical. And lay leadership, it doesn't mean that you don't need lay leadership. That was not the question, if you remember the survey. The survey had some, which, again, going back to the goal plan, there were some very specific objectives that we had set for our lay leadership. Training, continuity and succession plans. There were just a number of different things that we said our lay leadership ought to be working on, and those were the things that you were commenting on.
Could you just define what lay leadership means, just in case anybody doesn't know?
Okay, lay leadership would be your council members, your ministry leads, and anybody that is not getting paid to do what they do. That's lay leadership. That's how I would look at it. So anybody, Rita Forringer and Diane doing the confirmation classes, that's lay leadership. You're not getting paid for that. You're doing FPU, you're lay leadership in that regard. Sunday school, any of those ministries, care, fellowship things that Dan Singer was doing, Wayne Van Cowenberg doing Sunday school, we'll talk about that one. So so we're going to build on this actually, and the next transition is within each of those, what did we think the priority was? Because as I said, there were a number of different things within each of those categories. And so the top priority in each category, as far as lay leadership, it was succession plans, meaning, we have to have some plans for when somebody transitions out, either through personal choice or otherwise. And so those were plans, written down type plans that we needed to have. And again, this is now. So you folks have said we need to have some good plans in place when transitions occur for our lay leadership. And I think that's absolutely essential. Participation, that was for youth. Just getting more youth participating, especially at certain age groups. So in particular, the after high school age group, that was one of the ones that came up in this particular survey. Learning, Sunday school, we've talked about that a little bit, but a revitalization, perhaps an enhancement to Sunday school. Care was, generically, I guess, improved care. You can't have enough care, I guess. However, more care, more touch, more resources required.